see, Monday, Tuesday. So this was our spring break week. So the thought was, okay, let's do some one-off specials, stuff that I will not want to recreate probably. Stuff you see cooked on barbecue YouTube channels that are fun for, single when you're not cooking 50 of them. But 3 is okay. So we did our version of the armadillo eggs. Called them Roadrunner eggs.
Love the name.
Thank you.
Don't understand the green onion topping though.
Color and flavor. What?
But the picture you showed had like 2. Because they all fell off.
Well, just from the angle.
Just mess with it. Keep going.
Jesus Christ, you really going to talk to me about pictures?
Nope.
So yeah, for those that aren't familiar with armadillo eggs, it's a stuffed jalapeno wrapped in sausage, wrapped in bacon. Then we just a little bit of barbecue seasoning, our whole farm rub, and then put it in the smoker, and then a quick glaze of barbecue sauce at the end, and then we topped them with some green onions. Why green onions? Because we had green onions left over from our Midwest cannolis, which was another one of our specials. Midwest cannoli was a manicotti noodle stuffed with bacon, mashed potatoes. And then we smoked those, and then we topped them off with a drizzle of barbecue sauce, some green onion, and freshly grated Parmesan cheese.
I apologize to butt in. I think I know why somebody is, or why. Are you currently sharing your screen?
No.
So I went to share what your armadillo eggs look like,
and
it says someone else is currently sharing.
No.
And I can't share it. So I wonder if that's why she couldn't get in.
Yeah, I think there is something funky. Yeah, I have the same thing. Someone else is currently sharing.
Huh. Anyway, sorry, go ahead. Did you pre-cook or par-cook the jalapenos?
No.
Did they get any softer? Or did they have a lot of crunch to them still?
So I didn't eat one because I don't like jalapenos.
Okay.
Chris said the first one that we did, the test one that I did in the morning of the first day we had them, he said was crunchy. So on the regular batch that we did for the day, we let them go a little bit longer. Kind of went based off the temp. It's the only way you can do it without, biting into them. So the first batch we had an internal temp of 160. The one that he had. So we took them all the way up to internal of 180. Keeping a close eye on the bacon, because you don't want that to get fried.
Too overdone.
The sausage to dry out. And those seem to be better. We got a lot of great comments on those specifically. It might have to be something that we run on occasion, just because the response was so good for them.
How many did you make?
I think it was about 20 a day, the 2 days that we ran them. So 10 orders.
That's good.
And it's time consuming.
Oh yeah, I know.
It's definitely one of those things that if we had a brick and mortar, it would be on like an appetizer menu type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Where you have a staff that can do that kind of stuff. But when it's just you in the morning while you're making mac and cheese and getting stuff on and off the smoker and trying to squeeze that in, there was definitely some mornings that it was a time crunch all day. So, so the Midwest cannolis. What else did we have? That was the third one.
The Bacunions.
Oh, the Bacunions.
How could you not remember the Bacunions?
So we ran those 2 times last week. The first day, we learned from some mistakes. We didn't cut the onions thick enough.
Okay, a little thinner.
Yeah. So we did. Yeah, they were thinner. Which then, so they shrink up a little bit. Which then allowed the bacon to kind of fall apart in the cooking process as everything shrinks and moves. And so second day we did thicker cut onions, and then we used two strips of bacon per onion for the most part. And they held together a lot better. Pretty tasty. Super simple. Still time consuming to wrap onion rings.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I mean, they weren't as big of a hit. We didn't get any negative comments on anything. But definitely the ones that we received the most positive comments were on the eggs. But yeah, it was fun. It definitely got people out to the truck that may not have come to the truck. We saw some regulars show up in areas that we've never seen them before, just to try one of the new specials. So,
That's cool.
It definitely served its purpose of getting people out to the truck on what is typically a slower week for us. It's usually by far our slowest week out of our first month and a half. I'm happy to say, though, that we actually beat the week before sales by $30.
That's good.
So
how'd the cannolis turn out?
They were pretty good. It's tricky with the noodles. I think we need an extra step in there. Like we almost need to spritz the noodles while they're in the smoker heating up with everything else.
So they don't dry out.
Yeah, they just get a little bit tough. They dry out just a little bit. So, but that's something I'm willing to play with to get to a good spot. Of the things, those are probably the easiest to make.
It's almost. Wouldn't you love to find cannoli shells that you could just pipe like right into? Oh, it'd be awesome. Yeah, pre-made cannoli shells.
Yeah, that would be cool. I'm sure they have them out there. I can't imagine what they cost. I mean, you've seen the prices on some of those, like the mini Belgian waffles. That's like $1.50 a piece. I'm like, I can't do a sandwich with 2 of those.
Yeah, I know.
It's the most expensive part of the sandwich. So yeah, that all went well. We had and really, thank God we had some catering on a couple days. So we had Monday.
You're out in Detroit.
Yeah, Monday we got a request for lunches for 30 people for Tuesday, which we were happy to take.
How did you prepare that?
The lunches?
Or deliver it to them?
She just wanted pans of meat, so we had meat and I think it was she did chicken pieces, some brisket, and then a couple sides. So she said, "I'll come pick it up from the truck." I said, "Fantastic! We'll have them in half pans ready for you to go." Yeah, so thank God we had that. I'm trying to remember. We were in Grand Haven on Wednesday, all day at the Corewell Health. That was another thing we did this week. We didn't switch spots. So wherever we were for lunch, we were there for the whole day. We avoided apartments and residential areas just because it was spring break, which seemed to work pretty good for us. The new Corewell location in Grand Haven that we were at, I think, has potential. It was a pretty crappy weather day that day for us. So the expectations were pretty low, and she told us they were about half staffed because of spring break. But I think we still did. I think it was just under 1,000 for the day. Not great, but not horrible. But again, I think it's a location that has potential. Thursday we switched Wiseman from Friday to Thursday because of our catering on Friday. Decent day. And then Friday, we drove to Detroit for an Aetna event. The Aetna office there was doing so we weren't even feeding their staff. We were feeding their customers. So they had an open invite to customers to come in and get food for Tigers opening day.
That's cool.
We were, I don't know, 1.5 miles from the stadium, I think. So as much as I've bitched about pulling my trailer around downtown Grand Rapids, I will take that any day over having to use the merge onto a highway on the right-hand side, merge, and then get off the highway on the left-hand side. A half mile later, pulling a trailer.
Oh, yeah.
During rush hour.
Yeah.
So, suck it, Detroit. So because it was a 2.5 hour drive, obviously our trailer isn't powered while we're moving down the road. We transferred everything from the heating cabinet into the smoker, turn the temperature down on the smoker because that will hold the temperature. Our little fireboard has a battery on it, so it doesn't need power to run. Because by the time we got there and turned the warming cabinet back on, it was down to 45 degrees, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It doesn't take long for that to lose temp, especially when it's only 35 degrees outside.
Yeah.
And then a 2.5 hour drive.
Yeah.
Turned into about a 3 hour drive because, hey, we got to drive through rain and snow, and it was sunrise, so no one could see anything on the road. Oh, yeah, and the construction zones. So
Isn't that nice? Isn't that
We
great?
pulled in a half hour later than we wanted to, and we were ready to sell for them 5 minutes before we were supposed to. So it was tight, but yeah, we got free Tigers hats out of the deal. So Aetna is one of my favorite customers because they like to
Good.
take care of us too. So yeah, overall it was a good week. The brewery, Newego Saturday, which was a little bit light, which we expected, but we did a roller derby event. Grand Raggedy had a doubleheader with Steel City something or other. It's our first roller derby event, and we did $1,500 over the course of the three hours, which was better than I thought it would be. I was actually a little nervous with the amount of food we were going into it with because we're slower than in Newego. Should have been a sellout. Damn it. And it was my fault that it wasn't. So we had a pork butt in the fridge from the day before that we pulled and fridged. So I had it there, and we were down to a pan of pork and a half pan of mac and cheese. And everybody was saying, yep, after the second game you're probably going to have a huge line because that's typically what we see. It's like, all right, well, so I'll throw this in there, and if we go through it. And we didn't even touch them. So that last pan of pork. So we did go through everything we had originally had for the day. But yeah. So I guess technically it was a sellout for what we had prepped for the day. But we're not going to call it one because we still had food. So, oh well. Games ran late, which I think is why people didn't stay to eat. So it was supposed to be over at 7:30. Didn't get over until 10 after 8. So, yeah. But overall, that was a good day. And then the brewery yesterday, we had a nice 60-degree day. Sunny for the first half of the day. National Beer Day. Yeah, we had it was our second best day there. The only better day we had there was our opening day for the year. And we only missed that by $30. So we are off to a good start. Let me pull up my numbers for some comparison numbers. So I know we're starting to make some good gains on last year. We're still down from last year, but that's only because we were open January, February, and the first half of March last year, doing paninis and then the limited menu. So,
yeah.
So we started in a $8,000 hole or something like that. But we're gaining ground, and that's good.
I'm up 75% for the year.
Nice. See, that cafe's paying off.
Sure it did.
Skippy is still having some anxiety and slight buyer's remorse, I think, on the trailer.
No, it's just I got to get graphics on the gosh darn thing.
And yeah, I completely understand.
No matter how many times I post, here's the new trailer. Guys, here's the new trailer. Hey guys, this is the new trailer. I still get people stopping. Oh, did you buy a new trailer?
Like I said, our April Fool's post, all week long we fielded questions about it. All week. And I imagine it'll continue this week. I'd be shocked if it didn't. So yeah, so we're up 52% in April over last April, which is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
For the year, we're down 8.4%.
Whoops.
So $3,400 is what we're down so far this month, or for the year. Feel pretty confident that we will take care of that. And for what is that? Oh, yeah, and then we were up 0.25% last week over the previous. Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad at all. It was so as far as spring break week goes, a huge success, resounding success. And this week should be okay. We have pretty good weather this week. I think we have one for sure rainy day on Thursday. That looks like it's like an 80% chance of rain.
Yeah, I was just looking at. It looks like over here, Thursday is 91%.
Yeah. So,
which
but
is good because
it's rain. It's still going to be warm.
Yeah.
There's 0 snow in the forecast.
So today's 73, tomorrow's 70. Wednesday looks like it rain in the evening, 66. Thursday 55, rain all day. Friday back down to 48, rain in the morning. Saturday clear, 61, and Sunday clear or cloudy at 70.
Yeah, it's
not bad.
There's not a single low that's below freezing or even close to freezing. 39 is our coldest low for us.
Yeah, so we have a 37 for Friday.
So yeah, Thursday it's Thursday, Friday for us for rain, and it's just Friday morning.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that you're probably going to see a good bump this week, Skippy, in sales.
Well, good.
Warm weather does wonders. And I'm crediting warm weather for our yesterday at the brewery, that it was less about National Beer Day and more about it just being good weather to go get a beer on a Sunday. There was 20 people on that patio the whole time we were there. We had we had a regular that came and got food from us and was on the patio for 2 hours. Him and his wife or girlfriend, whatever, they had a fire going. It was fantastic, and that's what we kind of are hoping that it's going to be for us for there. So yeah, sunny and warm, man, cures all ails. So especially this time of year.
I have, because typically today's off. I'm taking Thursday off, and let's talk about me again. I applied for a local entrepreneurial. Say that word. It's a weird word.
Entrepreneurial.
Yeah. Fellowship program, and basically it's like a business boot camp kind of thing.
Cool.
But I was selected.
Nice.
To be a part of it, and Thursday is my pitch. So even though I'm an established business, I have to go in and pitch my business to local people, and kind of basically I match with like a local person that would be my mentor throughout this whole business boot camp.
Okay.
And then at the end, they provide, they pick one business, and they give you access to, local credit union will give you access to funding if you need it. So I just did it so I could learn more about business. I never took college classes or anything like that. So if I can learn anything from local people about overall business, not necessarily food trucks, but it's, there's a couple restaurateurs in there. I think it's worth it for me, especially possibly looking at hiring people at some point or another.
Speaking of business classes, this will make Pam happy. I took an accounting class when I was in college. Unfortunately, I had to take it twice. Which I will probably explain a lot, but
possibly. So I have that. And then this week we also have our first Jackson Area Food Truck Association event on Friday for Restaurant Week. So I'll try to get your ideas. They want us to create a $15 dish. Now, I know with barbecue that's pretty easy, but I kind of want something to be creative, like real creative. So I thought about like a Texas Twinkie brisket sandwich. Taking leftover brisket, mixing it with cream cheese, barbecue rub, a little jalapeno, and use that as a spread on a bun with chopped brisket and barbecue sauce. But then people are going to be like, oh, it's cream cheese. But then I thought about just making Texas Twinkies and just selling those. But to me, those aren't.
Can you explain to everybody what a Texas Twinkie is?
I believe it's a whole jalapeno stuffed with cream cheese wrapped in bacon. It's a jalapeno popper, basically.
So what if you... I don't know. It's your dish.
No, correct. The one thing I didn't know, I thought there was a chance that it could have been an armadillo egg.
Yeah.
But I don't think sausage is in it.
Here,
But then
let's
I thought
do
about
a
making
quick Google search.
bacon bombs and just do pork belly burn ends basically, but make them bigger. Like do a 2-inch by 2-inch square.
All right, let's go to Meat Church. See what their recipe is. Ooh, they do. So yeah, it's oh my god, come on, mouse. So they're doing. It looks like jalapeno stuffed with cream cheese, and then it looks like a bacon wrap. It looks like there's something else there, maybe not. But they're smoking the cream cheese too. So smoking the cream cheese and smoking the jalapenos. It looks like maybe. It's hard to tell off the pictures. I guess I could actually read.
I'm looking at the recipes. He did a cheesy tater tot burrito on the Tonight Show.
Yum.
Cheesy tater tot beef rib burrito.
So I think you could do do the Texas Twinkies on top of some like chopped brisket and a sandwich.
On a sandwich?
Yeah. So you use them as a topper of the brisket. That makes sense?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So kind of like how, like a mozzarella stick on a sandwich type of thing, except for it's a jalapeno popper. Or do it in a wrap. Be a Twinkie burrito.
I was thinking about making a California burrito since we do cheesy potatoes now. Throwing those in a burrito.
Justin Harris, mixed taco seasoning in the cream cheese, half jalapeno wrapped in bacon.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So yeah, we did a version of. We just called them jalapeno poppers.
Yeah, I mean that's
we did them last year.
Yeah, we did those last year too. But
gotta love barbecue, man. 25 different names for the same dishes.
Because I was thinking about also doing an elote brisket sandwich.
All right.
Doing the elote, kind of doing it as like a, almost like a cup. Like doing brisket at the bottom, some sauce, and doing the elote on top.
Mm-hmm.
And do it almost like a barbecue sundae without the sundae part.
I guess. Yeah.
I like making sandwiches. I love making sandwiches. It's fun.
Visually, they are good. I don't know. Those eggs don't look good at all.
Anyway, so that's what we're. So this is our restaurant week.
Now you got me thinking.
I know. What you could do. That's the problem. Because there's like so much things. We did unveil kind of like a little bit of a new menu, so I think I'm going to change my menu up a little bit. Just because I love creating crap, and we serve chicken now, which actually has been a pretty big hit, which I thought I was pretty surprised about. But our menu now has kind of like 2 new sandwiches on it, and actually technically 3. But so we do the Nashville. I stole it from Darren Worth from Iowa Smoky D's. I sold the name for it, at least the name, but we call it the Nashville Hottie. It's chopped chicken, coleslaw, pickles, and Nashville hot sauce. That's been pretty popular. We debuted the pig pile at the catering gig that we did, and so it's pulled pork, 2 slices of bacon, and bacon jam and barbecue sauce. And then we rolled out the carnivore, which is basically just pulled pork, chicken, and chopped brisket piled high with barbecue sauce.
I like it.
And then we did the chicken, bacon, and barbecue ranch. So he took the best ranch dressing, which is made by a company called Lighthouse. It tastes as close to restaurant ranch as possible, or Jets Ranch, whatever we're going to call it. I mixed it with some barbecue sauce, and we do chicken, bacon, cheddar cheese, and that barbecue ranch sauce. That's been pretty popular too.
Justin said he posted a picture of his on our Facebook, which I cannot share. Sorry, I've been a little bit silent. I've been trying to figure out what is being shared, and I can't find it anywhere.
I don't know either.
Just weird stuff going on today with all the podcast platforms, though. I don't know what's. Sorry, everybody. But yeah, those look good.
You also do, don't you do the Abe Froman?
Yep.
Your sausage and mac and cheese wrap?
We don't use mac and cheese anymore. So that was the original iteration.
Oh.
Now we use the smoked onions and peppers.
Oh.
And a little bit of cheese sauce, so it's more traditional sausage type confectionery.
Okay.
But you know what I mean.
I like that.
Yep. That is, we sell more of those now than we did before. So
I like that.
Yeah.
So we do sometimes the junkyard dog, which is jalapeno cheddar sausage topped with pulled pork, slaw, and a mustard barbecue sauce. It's based after two food trucks. His name is Hot Rod's Food Truck, and he does burgers and dogs and fries.
Okay.
And then there's another one called Junkyard Dog. So we the guy who does the burgers, he goes by the name Junkyard because he can fix anything with spare parts. So yeah, he had it, and he's like, "That's delicious. I need one." And then we also unveiled our. You can get a single size side, and a shareable size.
Okay.
We finally did the bigger so 8-ounce and 16-ounce sides. I was quite didn't realize how popular the bigger sides were.
Have you thought about doing pig shots at all?
I did. Actually, I love pig shots because I would almost mix the brisket and the cream cheese together and put that on top of a piece of sausage. I absolutely have. There is another barbecue truck there in the in what we're doing.
Your event?
Yeah. Oh, there's the Texas Twinkies. Yeah, they just use a whole. They use a whole jalapeno. No,
Justin? No, Justin's having.
No,
So it's like
on Meat Church.
Oh, yeah, it looks like it.
But
you don't like eggs, so you wouldn't do like a smoked devil egg. What about like smoked mussels?
No.
Is that just because you don't like them? Beef ribs?
Expensive.
It's a $15 plate.
That's a $30 plate.
Well, it depends on how many you put on there.
One. If you do one, it's like
one and a side.
I mean, I could have them cut it in half. Like I could do like not short ribs, or not as short ribs.
Yeah. No, I think a single beef rib. Yeah, I think you're okay there. I don't even know what they cost right now.
They're going for, I mean, in Texas, they're at like $32 a pound for selling them. But I think I can get them at Restaurant Depot for like $7. So you're going to lose what?
But is one rib a pound?
Yeah, pretty much. It's, from what I understand, you buy them in a 3-pack. There's 3 ribs come to a pack. Mm-hmm. And the whole thing, I think, is like 6 or 7 pounds.
Okay.
And I think by the pound, I think it's like almost like one beef rib ends up being like a pound and a quarter, maybe. Depends on which side, whether you get the middle or the ends. I would totally do beef ribs, but I don't know at a food truck rally if I'm going to go out of business selling dino bones.
What if you went?
Oh, okay. So I was looking at Meat Church's recipe for his Texas Twinkies.
Yep.
So I was wondering how he had the bottom, or how it was a whole jalapeno that he used. So he cuts down the middle,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't slice it in half, but cuts it down the middle and then does a little bit of cut underneath the stem to kind of like peel it open, and then fills them.
Okay.
I like that. It's good.
For us, Justin asked if we're still doing panned cornbread. If by panned you mean pre-made, then yes, I still am.
That is correct.
It is one of only 2 things on our truck that we don't make from scratch: cornbread and potato salad. Everything else we are. Yeah, and for the most part, we're selling out of cornbread every day. People love it.
They do.
Chef
the consistency is just amazing.
And it's our least profitable side.
Yeah.
Really. It's I think it's what is it? 50 cents a piece.
It costs $16 for 30 pieces.
Yeah, so let's say 60 cents a slice. We're doing 2 in an order for $1.20, and then we sell it for $3.20. But yeah, none of our other sides are close to $1.20 a serving.
Yeah, I served mine. I just served by the slice for $1.50.
Yeah. So okay, so I'm just looking through now. I'm on Traeger's site.
I know.
They got a whole section of smoked appetizer stuff.
Yes, I saw that.
And it just keeps going and going and going. I just keep hitting view more.
I thought about doing pork tenderloins.
Okay.
With some sort of like apple slaw.
So I'm not a huge date fan, but I think some of the stuff you have to have the right audience.
I thought about doing our smoked cheeseburgers.
Yeah. Like grilled watermelon. Like do a corn on the cob watermelon combo. Like a summer plate. Grilled watermelon. If you guys have never had grilled watermelon, it is fantastic.
It's actually really good.
Yeah. If I had a grill on board, I would 100% do it.
I think about doing tacos. Our tacos, whenever we put them on, go pretty well.
Justin says, make it more profitable. Talking again about the cornbread. I said, you can. Sorry, I have to. My eyes are not great. You can do tamale cakes from them, topped with pico, ranch, and pulled pork for $6 to $7. We did a dirty cornbread last year or the year before as a special for a day. So basically, 1 piece of cornbread on the bottom, baked beans on top, and then we did. I don't know that we did any protein on top of it, but we did vegetables on top, and then sprinkled another piece of cornbread on top, crumbled up. I think we ran that for 8 or 9. Went pretty good. Yes, it is almost Cinco de Mayo. It's a good idea. I like that.
I think I'm going to do bacon burn ends.
Bacon burn ends?
Yeah, so do pork belly, but bigger.
Yeah.
I want to try that.
Yeah, there's some good stuff in here. I might throw a potato or 2 on my smoker this week.
You might be able to do what?
I might throw a potato or 2 on the smoker this week.
Yeah?
Yeah.
JT will give you a good way to do it. He sold a whole satchel of them.
A whole satchel of potatoes. I didn't know they came in the satchel.
Bag, whatever. So I've been following this guy on TikTok.
JT's on TikTok?
No, another guy on TikTok. He's from England. He's called Spudman.
Mm-hmm.
And he has the Spud Army. But it's a Spud truck. And he does, I think we talked about it, but he does like a full potato and then like a half of another potato. And it fills like a 6x6 container or a hamburger style container. And the guy just loads on his side here his toppings. Yep. And that's weird toppings too. Like it's not weird, but like baked beans and cheese, tuna fish, chicken curry was like one of the more popular ones.
So the tuna fish thing is an English thing.
It has to be.
Because it just came through on another one of my TikToks. Some girl it was like a comfort food, and it was a baked potato. And then she had tuna fish on it and something else underneath it. It might have been, it's like a whole stick of butter. It was tuna fish, and then she topped it with ketchup. No, I almost vomited.
I hate tuna fish to begin with, but then you top it with junk.
But yeah, tuna fish on a baked potato has got to be, it's an English thing.
And he showed his coleslaw recipe where he shredded his own cabbage using a food processor and carrots and stuff like that. And his sauce was just mayo, straight mayo. But he put onions in there, so you're going to get a little bit of the
Midwest thing.
Yeah, you're going to get a little bit of onion flavor.
Yeah,
that will seep into things, which is good. But no sugar, nothing like that. It was just straight mayo. And then chicken curry, mincemeat, and chili con carne was like his hot toppings. But he always
said he just saw Spudman on TikTok yesterday.
Yeah, it's coming across my For You page like crazy.
Yeah, and then he said, as a non-traditional food truck, I like following others doing different things. So,
yeah, his whole side opens, and he just spent a whole bunch of money on a brand new trailer, but he's got these specialty ovens that are made for potatoes. And they're really, really cool. And I guess they're not made anymore. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but they are. So shout out to Spudman over in the UK.
What with all the botulism and all?
You only get the botulism if you reheat them in foil.
Foil, yep. So don't do that. Don't store your baked potato in foil and then reheat it in the foil.
Yes.
You'll die.
Yeah, you'll have the chance to die. But
it's the leading cause of botulism in the world.
Correct.
Mishandled potatoes. Everybody asks me why I don't do loaded potatoes. I say because I don't like botulism, and they look at me like I'm crazy. It's like
what?
It is not worth the risk. I said the leading cause of botulism is mishandled potatoes.
That's funny.
They think I'm lying.
We have a guy out here that does straight baked potatoes. That's whenever he does his food truck. He's a caterer by trade, but whenever he brings the trailer out, it's like it's a baked potato bar is not a bar, but 4 different potatoes.
Ooh, Philly cheesesteak shotgun shells.
See, I was also thinking about doing your version of your Mootown Philly and doing the...
Yeah, it's a good wrap.
But doing it with white queso.
So yeah, these are shotgun shells and then drizzled with the cheese.
Oh, I know we talked about it.
Brisket, peppers, onions, and cheese. Mm-hmm.
I finally put cheese in a pan in my steam well, and it was perfect. Like perfect.
Okay.
So, because I don't have a warmer, I just have the...
For your nachos?
Correct. And it was fantastic.
Did you just do it in a half pan, or did you get the insert?
I just did it actually in a 1/6 pan. Okay. Because I didn't know how many nachos I was going to sell, so I just limited it. But so a 6-inch deep, 6-inch deep 1/6 pan will hold almost a full can. Number 10
can.
Yeah, of cheese. And I mixed a little milk and stuff in it to make it a little soupy, but other than that, it went well.
I do have the inset for the steam table and the containers for soups.
Oh.
So if you're interested, let me know. They're sitting in my storage unit if you're interested.
God, you could probably make $5,000 off what's in your storage unit.
Folks, this is why you don't do some things for just like a month period, because you have to buy $300 worth of stuff and then you don't have a use for it afterwards.
How's that pallet of sauce doing?
It's almost gone. I just ordered another one.
You just ordered another pallet?
Yeah.
Any discount? Not as good as the other one?
What do you mean is it a discount? I'm getting the same price I got last year.
I thought it was something special. That's why they sold it to you.
They had it ready, unlabeled bottles. Because they misordered last time, so they had it ready. They just didn't have labels on it. So
I gotcha.
If I care. So I ordered another pallet without the labels on it.
Same price.
Get it yeah, I can get it quicker because it doesn't have to go to another plant to get labels put on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, $16.25 a gallon, something like that.
Shipping?
It's like $17.50 a gallon, all included.
And there was what 144 gallons or something like
Yeah,
that?
I think my last pallet was 147 gallons. He said it's really strange to sit not every pallet has the same number of gallons on it.
Weird.
Yeah.
Considering they all come in fours.
I don't know. I didn't ask questions. So,
well, congratulations on spending $4,500.
Yeah. Justin says he keeps Alfredo sauce in the well. Works great. But yeah, I'd rather pay 18 a gallon than 25 a gallon. So.
Oh, absolutely, for sure.
So I'm saving $7 a day. Is how I'm using girl math.
Yeah. I'll mansplain that for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I like these Philly cheesesteak shotgun shells.
I like doing a Philly cheesesteak wrap.
Yeah, it's super easy.
You really can't find like soupy cheese that's not other than like either cheddar or nacho. Like you could do the Alfredo, like he's saying, but
yeah, even the nacho cheese that we use it doesn't really thin out unless it's lava hot.
Yeah.
And then it starts to get bad quick.
Yes.
Because it gets the
I did notice that
the pudding film on it. So you got to make sure you're stirring it. So we're 2 cups of milk to a 10 can. And then we can usually have it at about 180 degrees on our little temperature setting.
Yeah.
You should get yourself one of those Carnival. They're not expensive. Really, they're pretty cheap.
What?
Like the Carnival cheese warmers, like that we have.
Oh yeah, your circle one.
Yeah, get one of those.
It's the power issue. I don't want to add more power if I don't have to.
You can't be even close to 75%.
No, I'm not. My problem is like, okay, well, where then do I put it? I'd have to put it over in my prep area, which is kind of far away. So,
Justin says Alfredo thickens as it sits, but if it gets too hot, the sauce breaks. And that was the problem, Justin, we had when we did soups. We broke a lot of sauce, or a lot of the cream soups. Broccoli cheddar was the biggest culprit there. So it would just it's so crazy how it happens, and it just turns to like water, like cheesy flavored water.
How often did you replace or refill your propane tanks? I think we talked about this. Was it like once a week?
Yeah. When we were running everything off of propane, the generators and everything, once a week.
Okay. So I have my steam table and my warmer, or my my stock pot range.
Okay.
And since a 100-pound propane tank is 63 pounds, the tank itself is 63 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know how much I've used, so I went and had it filled. And since the end of February, now granted, not working every day, and I really haven't counted how many days I've used it, but for my warmer, or for my steam table and my stock pot range, I use 10 gallons. So I think I can go like 3 months without having to worry about it being filled.
And do you have an extra one?
No.
Get an extra one and get it filled and have it at your house.
It's fucking heavy.
Okay. Would you rather get somewhere and you turn it on and you don't have gas all of a sudden? Make sure you have a 20-pound cylinder handy.
Yeah, once I move it, like if I can like tilt it and it seems like it's getting close. Anyway,
just try to lift it. If you can't lift it, you've got enough gas in it.
Yeah, but it's like a month or a month and a half I used it, and 10 gallons out of the 20. There's anywhere between 20 and 23 gallons in there.
So once you get into some of the warmer months, you'll be able to tell a whole lot easier
because it gets cold.
Yeah, so you can just run your hand from the top and just run it down, and as soon as you hit colder, that's where the gas line is.
It's weird though. There's so many times where I actually have to shut it off. I can run the thing almost on a pilot light alone.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Like if I feel the top of my pan starting to get like lukewarm, I'll turn it on real quick. But it's like I turn it on when I first get there to get the water steam or the water heated up. It's like it's crazy. Anyway, it's really, I don't go through much.
So since now that we're only using, we don't have the stovetop on board anymore, which we were using to make mac and cheese. We're induction. That started last year. So only the water heater is the only thing we use propane for. I got both my 100-pound cylinders were filled at the beginning of last year when we were down at Midwest. They have not been refilled since.
Yeah.
And I think they're maybe half full.
So. I do have to replace my water spigot outside, so I've been going to my local Speedway truck stop. It's like 10 miles away, so I drive through their diesel lanes and fill up my trailer with water. And it works good. I get diesel and def there too, but I do it probably once a week. I fill it up with water.
Holy crap, look at the time. We're running late. You guys get bonus minutes today.
Look at 10:30.
Look at us. We rambled on for a full hour and a half today.
Yes, thank you for enjoying. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you for enjoying our rambling.
And for those, the African tribes that we're starting to get into.
Wow. Something tells me that might have been uncalled for, but we're okay.
This is why they listen, Skippy. This is why they listen. No, thank you everybody for listening.
Did you know Taiwanese people have Hispanic names?
I don't know, but we spent a whole lot of time talking about Twinkies on the week that we got onto the top 100 list. Just saying.
Well,
to everybody, that's our show today. Can't wait to see which country we're hot in next week.
Maybe they're learning English on how to try to scam people with all these spam posts that we get. And I'd like to talk to you about your car's warranty. I'm going to
pick up the phone and it's going to be our voices.
They pieced everything together.
Everything together.
We're going to get calls. That's great. All right, folks.
There's no bad publicity. All right, guys. Have a good week. Make sure you follow, share, like, and all the things. Peace out, everyone.
Love you.
Bye.